This
director for a
conference
chartered
will now
accountant.
be recorded.
And another topic is on this new SPICE E plus form has come for incorporation of company, as a lot of chartered accountant members are not into formation of company and company law compliance practices. Nowadays it becomes, this compliance practice is also have much importance, and it is not that difficult also. So, and this spice e plus form is also very easy for formation and incorporation of companies. So I thought if I share that, if I we are regularly into this, and if I share that, it will definitely help the members for formation of the company and what are the benefits of the company. So we will go through in the second part of our session. So to begin with, for the independent director, friends, one second. Yes. So, friends, where the independent director is required, where and how many? So, as per section 149(1)(4) of Companies Act, friends, every listed company, that is public limited company, should have independent directors. And how many independent directors? How many directors, first of all, are required in public limited company? Friends, minimum 3 and maximum 15 directors can be appointed in public limited company. Further, if by the company requires by special resolution, they can increase the number of directors more than 15 also. But whatever numbers are there, out of that, 1/3 of the total directors should be independent director. So, for example, if a company has 12 directors, total directors 12. So the independent director should be 1/3, that is 4. At least 4 directors should be independent if the company has total 12 directors. So friends, now coming to who is independent director. So friends, who is independent director? It is a definition of independent director is also given in as per section 149 of Companies Act, which specifies that a person of high integrity and possess the relevant expertise and experience. So high integrity means quality of ethics, and integrity should always be there for being an independent director. Then he should not be the promoter or the relative of the promoter of the company or its holding subsidiary or associate company. So promoter of the company or the relative definition is also given in the Companies Act, should not be the promoter of the company or relative. And so that if he is a promoter, he cannot be the independent director, because it is dependent profits. They always think for increase in the profits or benefits. So that's why that person cannot be the independent director in that company as well as in holding subsidiary and associate company. Further, he or his relative has no pecuniary relationship with the company or its holding subsidiary or associate company during the 2 immediate preceding year or a current financial year. Again, there should not be hold the key managerial person position, or his relative, his employee. If he is a KMP in any company, that person, that relative cannot become again the independent director in that company. Now one more example I give. Now suppose if you are the auditor of the company and your audit is now under the process of rotation, so you will be the auditor of the company, and the company is appointing some another firm as an auditor, and then the company is asking you or your partner or your employee to become the independent director, because you have a good vast knowledge of that company and industry specific also. But you cannot become the independent director till 3 years. So after the completion, after you are left as an auditor, after that, after 3 years only, you can be appointed as an independent director. So that is very important. Again, so in last 3 years, you should not have any direct or indirect relationship with the company to be on the board as an independent director. Further, friends, you should not hold together with your relatives 2% or more total voting power of the company. If you are holding the shares of the company which has 2% of more of voting power, you cannot become the independent director. Further, now if you are having some NGO, non-profit organization, and that company or its subsidiary company or holding company gives donation to your NGO, and suppose 2 crore donation has been given by by a company to you, to your NGO as a donation. So and your donation is 2 crore or 3 crore or less than 8 crore, then you cannot become the independent director. Means that donation should not be more than 25% of total donation of your NGO. If it is more, you cannot become the independent director of that company or subsidiary company who has given the donation to your NGO. So further, all these conditions are there. Again, you have to possess such qualification as may be prescribed. And now Ministry of Corporate Affairs has come up with the qualification which is given by IICA, Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs, through which you have to give the exam and clear this exam, so that you can you are qualifying along with these conditions and you can become the independent director. So going to next slide. So what is for what, how much period and independent directors can be appointed? So a total number of years are 10 years. So it can a person, he or she can be appointed for a period of 5 years. So it can be consecutive two terms of 5 years. Again, it can be a person can be an independent director together on 7 companies, 7 listed companies only, again 10 years, and after he or she wants to become again on the board of that company, then there should be a gap of at least 3 years for again to be after 10 years to again to come on the board again on the same company. So what are the liabilities of independent directors? So the liabilities earlier were unrestricted, very huge. I will give you, a couple of examples over here. Everybody knows about Gitanjali. Gitanjali Gems, like where Mehul Chokshi, Nirav Modi and all were there. That was a listed company, and couple of years back we have seen that they have created LOUs and taken the funds, from foreign banks, and now that company is now has become insolvent. So friends, in that company, in Gitanjali, a couple of years, at least before, couple of months back or year back, the independent directors, some of the independent directors have started understanding that there are some issues in the company. There are some issues, and they have given resignation before the company has even, become the insolvent and all. So in that case, what has happened, the accounts of these independent directors has been freezed by by the banks. Accounts of independent directors has been freezed, and they had to literally fight, and they went to Supreme Court and Supreme Court has given the decision to unfreeze their accounts. So it took a lot of time, it waste time, energy, money, everything, and they were not able to, even if they were not involved in any of problem, any of wrong decisions what they have taken, what the company has taken, but then also they had to face lot of issues. Again, in case of JP Infra, this is a Delhi based company. Friends, all of you are aware, up 2 years back, this JP Infra, what has happened, they were into construction of residential houses and all. So in this company, what has happened, the people who have booked the flats in their company have gone to the builder, because the construction was not improving, not moving further. So they went to the builder, to the promoter of the company, directors of the company, and requested for to give back the amount. But the company was not in position to give back their amount, and in that case also the accounts of the independent directors have been freezed. So in this case, the Supreme Court has given the order to freeze the accounts of the independent directors. So friends, it is very important. So in Supreme Court has given, once they have given to unfreeze the accounts, and in one case they have given to freeze the accounts of the independent director. So it is very important. So whenever we are opportunities there to become the independent director on any company, one has to actually understand, do the KYC, know your company, and see whether the company, the promoters, the directors, the situation, whether any suits are filed against the company, what is the performance of the company, what is the goodwill of the company, and then take all this opportunity. So KYC of the company is very important. Friends, again, coming to the liability of independent director, so it now 2 years back, the SEBI has also come up with one circular that now the liability of ID occurs only in respect of such acts of omissions and commissions by the company which are occurred with his knowledge, attributable through board processes and with his consent, connivance, or where he had not acted diligently. So earlier, all these things are happened, and now SEBI has also come up to restrict the liability only through which whenever. So now in this case, what happens? So whenever there is a board meeting, you have to understand what are the board resolutions are passed, what are the things are happening, and whether they are actually, whatever decisions are taken, whether in board meeting they are actually discussed and with the consent of the independent directors, only those are passed. Otherwise, the liability is there. So it becomes very important to be present and we vigilantly understand and vigilantly review the processes, board processes, and understand what is happening in the board to restrict the liability. So the Companies Act Schedule 4 has the code for independent director, and this Schedule 4, the code contains various aspects. So guideline, it contains the guidelines for professional conduct. So the behavior and the conduct, which includes the values like integrity, ethics, what type of professional conduct an independent director should have. Again, the roles and functions of independent director. Again, the duties, how to attend the meeting, present in the meeting, actually present and discuss due diligently the duties, the manner of appointment. So the appointment has to be approved in the general meeting, the reappointment, there is a evaluation mechanism. Evaluation is happening of independent director as well as board of directors. According to the guidelines, the all top 500 companies should have at least one meeting of only independent directors, where only this in this meeting the independent director reviews, discusses the board functions, the executive directors functionaries, how the board is functioning, and board of directors, chairman, managing director is functioning. In similar way, the evaluation mechanism is also there for independent directors, where the independent directors are also reviewed by the board members, and then marking is there, reviews are happening, and it is on the grade of 1 to 5, and then the reappointments are made. So resignation, the removal, and the separate meetings. So what are the type of meetings other than the board meetings, like audit committee meeting, CSR meeting, then remuneration, nomination and remuneration meeting. So these are the other kinds of meeting other than board meetings, how they are happening, whether the minutes of these meetings are presented in the board meeting for review of the board members, whatever decisions are taken. So all these things are there in the compiled in the code. So when friends, the codes are followed by the independent directors, it gives the confidence to the investors, and it is always told that it is highly corporate governance company. And it's a concept which has come recently, the majority of minority shareholders. So they are also satisfied, and the regulators and always it is properly governed company and with good governance. So it is always said. So what are the manner of selection of independent director? So friends, now moving forward, one thing is we have to first, a company has to select the independent director, and as well as also understand the concept, independent director also has to see and select the company, whether that company is, how is the company proper or not. So friends, the data bank of the persons willing to act as independent director is maintained, as I have already told, by IICA, and appointment has to be approved in the general meeting. So moving forward, now let us understand what is this IICA and how the data bank is there, and how many independent directors are there at present, how many listed companies are there. There are NSE listed company, BSE listed companies. So friends, procedure to become independent director. So IICA, if you visit this website iica.nic.in, you will find lot of things over there, and inclusion of name in the data bank has to be there. You have to, once your data, you have to register on that. There are three types of registration. So first is you can register for 1 year, or you can register for 5 years, or you can register for lifetime. So 1 year registration fees are 5,000. For 5 years is a 15,000, and for lifetime registration fees are 25,000. So first you register, and after that within 1 year you can give this examination. This examination can be given by sitting at your home. I have given at the same place from where I am delivering the session today. So your internet capacity, internet speed should be excellent. So, and your company law knowledge has to be good, so that you can easily. And friends, I am telling you, when there are independent directors in company, there are they look forward for chartered accountant. One should be CA, one can be lawyer, one can be industry specialist, and from again second can be anyone from like this. So friends, in all areas, if we see, as a chartered accountant, this exam is very easy. You should have, if you possess a decent company law knowledge, you can give this exam and you can clear it in immediately in half an hour. There are so this exemption, there are certain exemptions also are given from giving the test. Like if you're already there as an independent director since last 10 years, as on 1/12/2019, you are exempted. If you are from banking background, you need not give this exam, directly you can become independent director. So these exemptions are that. But even if then also the exam is not that tough, I will go through in brief the syllabus and how the exam is there, how they are taking the exams, so it will become easier for anyone from the participant to give the exam. They can easily pass this exam. So friends, as on 26th April, actually I had gone on IICA website to understand what is the status, how many independent directors are there. So at that time I had seen there are total 16,849 independent directors are registered. However, from that only 16% have passed at that time the exam, that is 2,654. So companies were registered 1320. So I understand due to this lockdown period and all, lot of members are registering, and this is the right time to register and give the exam, because you don't have that much work pressure at present. So you please, if you are interested, I will request all of you to give as early as possible this exam. It is very easy, and it will be beneficial for you in future. So at present 16-17% of people who have registered have given the exam. Some may be not required exempted, or some may be more than 10 years independent directors. But then also lot of members, more than 1,000 members have resigned last year as independent director. A lot of vacancies in good companies also to be appointed as a ID. So I'll give you the trend. in last year 2019 calendar year 1300 around 1400 members have given resignation. So for some or the other reason, either they were more, on the board of more than say 7 companies, or they were retired, or maybe a lot of frauds are happening, so members IDs are not don't want to put their personal reputation at stake. See, in 2017 and 18, there are around 700 odd people have resigned due to XYZ reason, but that has doubled in last year. So because of, see, 1400 members resigned, so all these companies will require, other than the companies who already require. So these are the requirements, and more than 600, nearly 40% of NSE listed companies also were not having, an independent director, and specifically as a woman also. So these are like opportunities for everyone. So let us, am I audible? Am I audible? Mayur, Ankit?
You are audible. You are, please continue.
Yeah. So some noise has come, so I thought, okay. So
the participant has unmuted himself. Okay.
No problem, no problem. So I hope you are getting so far understanding, no, so far. So if you have any question on this first presentation, you can please, we will take the questions at the end of first presentation. And for second, we will go to next presentation and we will have the question. So for online proficiency test. So now to, this is one which we have to give this in this lockdown period. So friends, this is a objective, full objective type of paper. Total marks are 100 marks and minimum passing marks are 60 marks. There are total MCQs. There will be 50 MCQs of 2 marks each, and around 25 questions are direct and 25 are scenario based. There are around 7 to 8 case studies like Maruti Suzuki, like Enron, like Hydro, like that. That also we will see. Total time available is 75 minutes. So there are 3 slots available: morning 8 o'clock, afternoon 2 o'clock, and evening 8 o'clock. So 3 slots you can choose. Today you choose if you want to give tomorrow morning 8 o'clock, you choose the slot, register yourself, choose your slot, and immediately you can give the exam. See, 75 minutes are given, but friends, I'm telling you, you may be able to, I was able to complete the paper in 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. So you will be able to complete. This is enough time is given. Passing percentage are not like CA 8 to 10%. It is 87%. So it is easy examination, and you should have corporate law knowledge, as well as you should have good internet facility. You can give from mobile, you can give from your laptop, sitting at home. So, friends, one thing I would like to also say that this IIC website is very good website. You will find modules of each. There are around 42, 42 modules, and video lectures of each module is there. And after that module, presentations of each module is also there. And after that module, there is also 5 questions are asked as a test exam. So you can give that test, mock test. Again, another 30 questions mock test are also there. That also you can give as a preparation for your mock test preparation, for understanding and testing your knowledge, how much you have gained. And for again, after each case study also there is a mock test. So it becomes very easy for you to give the exam, final exam. So like that it will be easy. So they have divided entire syllabus into small modules. So we will go through these 42 modules in next say 15 to 20 minutes. We will go through that. I'll not go in detail, but I will try to make you understand what type of questions are asked from each module, so that it will be easier for you to understand and prepare for the exam. So first module is incorporation of company. So incorporation of company means the questions like what are the types of company, categories of company, then company limited by shares or limited by guarantee, or under section 25 that company section 8 now. Okay, company for charitable with charitable objects. So then what is the procedure, then prospectus contents, then EMOA and EAOA, what are the documents required to be filed. So these type of questions are asked from this module. Then share capital. So what is the type of now share capital? Now paid up share capital, it is not necessary to have compulsory paid up share capital. Earlier it was there. So authorized share capital up to 15 lakhs is now there is no need to pay any stamp duty on that. So voting rights, the shares limited by guarantee. So then in that case, it is not required to have be there as a share voting rights. So like that, the membership of the company and other related provisions are asked from this share capital module. Then general meetings. So when the questions are asked, if auditor is appointed in which type of meeting, so whether it is options will be there AGM and or CSR committee meeting, or board meeting, or extraordinary general meeting. So importance of AGM, then different types of shareholders. So shareholders with voting right, without voting right, then like that general meetings, and our questions may be asked. Okay, what are the minimum quorum required in the meetings? Then accounts of the company. So this is very easy for us. So under which schedule the accounts are prepared? Under Companies Act. So maintenance of book of account, it should be open for the members or the shareholders before the AGM has to be conducted. Then legal requirements, then NAFRA, some of the points of NAFRA when it is applicable. So financial reporting, and provisions for applicability of accounting standards. So what are the accounting standards? There's a brief of that is given. So that is very easy module for each of us. What are the different types of debentures and bonds, and what is the difference between debentures and bonds, and what is the role of debenture trustees, and provisions relating to bonds are asked in this module. So what are the acceptance of deposit? So where the acceptance of deposit is prohibited, then what is the difference between loans and deposit? What is meant by deposit? Then what are SEBI guidelines for acceptance of deposits, and provisions relating to acceptance of deposit from the public and members at large. So this module is containing the things relating to acceptance of deposit. So prospectus and allotment of shares. So raising of capital. So first time capital, and then again issue of shares, split of shares. So when prospectus is to be issued, right shares. So when what are the contents of the prospectus? Then a question may be asked, what the minimum number of days are required to issue the prospectus. Then contravention of section 26 of Companies Act. So prospectus and its importance and for allotment of shares is covered in this module. Then related party transaction. So when the related parties to be disclosed, related parties, what are the transaction? It should be approved in which committee? That is a very simple question which is asked. The related party transactions are to be approved in which committee? Four options are there: audit committee, then board meeting, or NCR, that is nomination and this remuneration committee, or CSR committee. The answer is very simple. It has to be approved in audit committee. So when it is to be approved, and what are to be shown in that. So disclosure requirements. So it is in RPT. Then audit. At least two questions relating to audit and auditors are asked in the question paper. So one question will be ki auditor, if there is a casual vacancy is occurred in case for auditor, so the auditor is reappointed up to what period, you know, up to next AGM or up to 5 years. So like that options will be given. What are the roles, responsibilities of the auditor, how it is appointed, the first auditor, then how auditors are removed, and what are the powers and duties of auditors. So this kind, it is very easy module, I would say. You can go through that. So where, relating to mergers and acquisition, very yeah, this is not covered at all in detail. Only overview is given. What is the concept of merger, its significance, types of merger, what is a legal framework, and whether when it is or what is the procedure of cross merger and merger. So very broad level it is given, and it is very easy. Then what is the institute of director institution? So meaning, role and composition of board of directors, legal status of directors, and resident when the woman director is compulsory. So earlier I would like to share that earlier in 2000, when women independent directors have become compulsory, so all the companies have started appointing the woman director on their board, but they have started appointing the family member who is a woman on their board. But in again 2016 it has happened, and then SEBI clarified that it should not be woman director, but it has to be woman independent director on the board to be compulsorily, mandatorily appointed. So what are the provisions relating to a resident as well as woman director? Then maximum directorship, as I told you, seven on this board of seven companies. What are the tenure? We have already covered that. How the directors are removed or how they are giving resignation. Then how to be taken up. Then what is the meaning, role, and composition of board of directors? Exemplary board, ideal board, what should be, that we will cover later. What are the duties of directors, and what is the understand the difference between duties and liabilities. These are the liabilities of the directors. There will be 1 2 3 4 points, and you have to choose one of them. So there we have to be very clear what is the liability and what is the duty, and accordingly we have to. So we have seen in schedule 4 the duties of directors are given, the liabilities of directors are also given. So accordingly, we have to understand the duties of director and answer the question. Again, liability of directors, we have told that restricted liability, how it is. Again, what is the role of key managerial person and managing director? Whether what is the individual liability on as on being on the board, and what is the corporate liability for an executive director. So identification of KMPs. Then safeguarding the directors. So the Companies Act 2013 as well as SEBI LODR safeguards the directors from certain liabilities. So all those things are given in this module, and duties and obligations of directors. Then operation and mismanagement. The various elements of mismanagement and operations are covered in this module. Penalties and compounding of offenses. So when the penalties are given, levied, and maintain the transparent working of the company, and when this compounding of offenses are happening, and advantages of compounding. SEBI LODR, Regulation 30 of SEBI LODR, and applicability, main features and new provisions. Friends, last year we have come up with this SEBI LODR publication from WIRC also. That is available on the website of WIRC. However, this module covers everything. You can go through that. Board committees, I already told you what are the types of committee other than the board meeting. Board committees like audit committee, NRC, stakeholders relation committee, CSR committee. Again, the board also can, make more committees other than these committees, like they also make investment committees, so that they can something so say they can make a policy that whatever more than 10 crores, there has to be a committee. Whatever investments more than 10 crores has to be reviewed first and investment committee, and then it should come into the board, so that the time of board is not more wasted for reviewing and all. At first level it is reviewed by investment committee, and pros and cons only are given at the board meetings. So these are the committees. Again, SS2 as well as secretarial audit and compliances when it is applicable, and how to appoint the secretary for the audit, their resignation, removal, and their compliance. Everything is covered. SS2, that is authority for convening general meeting. What is the period of issuing the notice? Then e-notice, then e-voting. Then what is the process for deciding the chairman of the meeting? Then guidelines for conducting voting and e-voting are covered in this SS2. Board meeting. So how to conduct the board meeting, then participation of directors, then minimum quorum, and reviews in this board meeting, what resolutions are part, what is presented in the board meeting, so that the things can move further. So all these things are covered in this module. Then CSR, so corporate social responsibility. So 2% of your profits should be invested, should be given in CSR for certain companies as per the company new guidelines which are given by Companies Act. So when the CSR committee should be appointed, again, what are the panel provision, means what are the norms where donations are given which are actually eligible under CSR, which donations are not eligible. Then if this percentage of donations are not made, what are the panel provisions? So guidelines for CSR expenditure, everything is covered in this module. Very interesting module, I can say this is. This is very easy module for chartered accountants, how to read the balance sheet. So importance of balance sheet, audited balance sheet, we can read previous year figures, we can make the comparison, and we can actually give our overview. So we have to actually not only from on the face of this, but we also have to understand what are the accounting standards are followed. Ind AS, if it is applicable, has been followed. So all these things are very important. Then decoding financial statement is very easy module for everyone. We have to understand financial statements, their overview, their reporting, Caro reporting, and all reporting sites, and easy for each of us. Professional ethics. So first we have to understand business ethics and what is a good governance. When it is said the company is not following the good governance, and if it is a poor governance, what the role as an independent director we have to play, what should be our behavior, ethical, and what is unethical behavior. And so on this some case studies ask, if this is a situation, what should be the behavior of a ethical behavior of any independent director. So due diligence, as I have already intimated all of you in the beginning, there has to be due diligence before joining the board. That is know your company, KYC. So all these things are covered in this module. So exemplary means what? Ideal. What can be, what type of board is called as ideal board? So there has to be good governance, all the things are discussed, and then the decisions are taken. So what is a exemplary board, and what should be the constitution and roles and responsibility of board of directors. Board effectiveness and culture. So what should be the board culture, how the informal meetings are happening, and how the trust level between the executive, non-executive directors, and how the things are actually resolutions are passed, things are shared, so understanding is happening. So that is covered in this module. Then building resilient companies, company board's role, enterprise risk management, and what are the components. Then risk appetite. Murtuza will be, for him it will be very easy this module. Then governance of committees, like good governance. So for all committees, whether who is the composition of the committees. So in audit committee, who can be the chairman in audit committee? So there has to be that question, very easy question. So only independent director can become the chairman in the audit committee. So it is not necessary in other committees that independent director should be chairman, but in which committees there has to be at least one independent director. So this type of questions can be asked for governance of the committee. And governance and strategy. So BHAG, that is Big Harry Audacious Goal Theory. So identification of capacities and management systems. And first, whenever we are on the board of any company, we have to understand what is the vision, what is the mission of that company. And accordingly, as an independent director, we have to align ourselves with the professional ethics to that vision and mission. So managing CSR and engaging stakeholders. So what is the moral purpose of the business and interdependence where the company can give, and that can be qualified as a CSR expenditure, and how the stakeholders are actually looking into it. Then managing through the financial ratios, very easy. What are the standard ratios, and what ratio, debt equity ratio, and all those kind of things are covered in this. And what is the components of equity preference shares, all those things are covered, very easy. Board evaluation, I have told in the beginning, there has to be a meeting of independent directors which evaluate the each and every board member, as well as the independent directors are also reviewed, evaluated. So that process is there as given by SEBI, and that has to be followed. This board evaluation module covers that. So evaluation of independent director, there is a sheet. There are 4 to 5 points on the basis of which the board member, independent directors are also evaluated. What are their inputs in the board for the company? Then how they are, what is their behavior? All those things are covered in evaluation. So it is as per SEBI provisions. This it is compulsorily come. So friends, I have told you there are some 7-8 case studies. So we'll I'll give the overview. So this is a WorldCom. The case study of WorldCom accounting scandal. This is a one accounting scandal which has happened in US in some 90s. Now WorldCom is one of the biggest telecommunication company during that time in US, which and when this WorldCom was growing, so the people, actually the CFO and CEO, were involved in this scam. And the scam was like they had some accounting entries. The expenditure actually were not pertaining to that particular, where they have not debited certain expenses and certain incomes which were not actually was there, but then also on future basis they have accrued those income, and they have inflated the profits, and they have taken statutory auditors also in confidence, so that they are also not giving any qualifications. And accordingly this WorldCom scam has happened. And so this case study is there. It's friends 10 to 15 minutes video for each case study is there. Go through that video, and after that video there will be 5 questions from that video. Answer that, you will be able to cover these case studies. Similarly, Enron Corp. This is also, the CFOs and CEOs were involved in this scam, I can say. The case reflects upon the largest corporate bankruptcy of the West. So the CFO, again, they have taken, Arthur Anderson was the auditor for this company, and they have taken in confidence the Arthur Anderson also. Actually, it was a red flag, means high risk. Enron was being evaluated as a high risk company by Arthur Anderson. However, the audit team has not evaluated the high risk, and they have taken the audit. They have taken in confidence the auditors. However, the internal auditor has they have restricted the scope of internal auditor. The internal auditor were in-house only, and they have restricted their scope. However, internal auditor went into actually inside to understand what is happening. They have understood and they brought to the notice of the board if there is something going mess in the company, and then this they brought out this scam where this corporate misgovernance was there by CFO. There are two CFO, CEO, and accordingly the scam came out. And because of that, there is one question which is generally asked. So, which of the auditor has been banned due to this Enron? The Volkswagen. This is also very famous case study, I would say. So emission scandal. So one of the employee actually has, so that pollution control machine was, they were not actually inputting it, and one of the employee also even told that this is not proper. However, the board did not accept it, did not actually listen to that employee, and after that, after a couple of years, the scandal came out of it, and the company was like spoiled. The Olympus, the Satyam, a lot of us will be knowing the Satyam case study of India only couple of years back, and Raju, how he has siphoned the fund, some 1,000 crores, how he has made the FDs and fake FDs. Actually, the FDs were not there, and this case study is covered. Marutu, this is very important. Why I like this case study? Because independent directors have brought out, taken the decision, and they have stick to that decision in spite of the Maruti Suzuki. Suzuki Japan has around 50 plus, some 53-54% share in Maruti Suzuki in India, the company Bombay based. And this Suzuki Japan has one subsidiary, 100% subsidiary in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. So that is Gujarat Suzuki Gujarat Private Limited something. So they had made a direct contract. The Mumbai India company was not in loop. India company was not in loop, and this Suzuki has made direct contract with Gujarat company to supply 100% subsidiary to manufacture certain thing and supply to the Indian company. So this case was been approved. This transaction was approved by the independent directors, by the board. However, there were three consultants to Maruti Suzuki India, and they questioned if this cannot be the good viable proposal, and they said this cannot go. Again, during that time, the new Companies Act has also come, and that majority of minority shareholders condition and all had come. So then these consultants said these conditions are not fulfilling this transaction and all. Then also the independent director stick to that proposition, and said that all the conditions, they fulfilled the conditions, and said that transaction is happening, and which has given good amount of profit to Maruti Suzuki India. So that is the role of independent director. Duties, roles, and powers of independent directors are very clear from this Maruti Suzuki case study. Hydro One case study is also there. You can go through the video of this. So friends, I think so. This case studies, this 42 modules will, if you cover, it will not take more than 2 to 3 days. If you can, invest, you need not invest time 2 to 3 days, and plan for giving the exam. IICA website, if you go through properly, you need not require any further studies. Go through that, attempt the test at the end of each module, that is the mock test, attempt overall mock test, and give the exam. I am sure you will 100% clear the exam. If you find any difficulty for preparation or going to the website, anything, you can always let me know. I am always available. So I wish you all the best for giving the exam. I am sure you will clear. Once you give the exam, you will clear. but this is a right time. Lockdown period extended to 31st May is the right time to give the exam. So please prepare yourself so that you can give the exam. Wish you all the best. So if you have any question about this presentation, we can cover it right now, or we can go to another incorporation of company immediately. I will share that by the time questions are coming, if any, I will share that slides.
Madam Yomish here.
हाँ बोलो.
So, just one question out of curiosity. What is the motivation to become an independent director, considering all these restrictions and the recent incidents? So, just wanted to check what are the motivation for a person to become an independent director, and any personal experience that you can share being on board.
See, friends, I am at present independent director on 3 companies. So, two companies are like 10. They have group turnover of 10,000 crore plus, and I can say it is very good governance in the company, and means all the things whatever we discuss in the board, we have informal discussion also take place to understand. There are a lot of things are happening. One company I am as a trustee because it is a mutual fund company, so I am as a trustee on that. So as a motivation, if you ask me, so see, there are all can say, I give you example of a chartered accountants only, our members. See, there are 3 lakh members. So even if 3 members do some mischief, entire fraternity is blamed. You must agree, you will agree with me, right? So अगर एक if there is a आम की एक पेटी है, एक आम भी खराब है उसमें, तो सारे आम को खराब कर देती है. So there are say 95 companies are good, 5 companies are bad. So then independent directors duties or these things are blamed. I said you a case of Gitanjali. So you have to understand, you have to do the KYC of the company. If the company is good, you can always choose the company. I received an request from a company based in Delhi to be independent director. So at present I refused. I understood the company I don't want to go with. So you have to understand what are the things, pros and cons of becoming, whether it will, be debit or credit to you, pros and cons. Okay, so that you can always become independent director. I think I satisfy your query. Vyomesh?
Yes, madam.
Yeah. So let us go to next presentation.
Yeah.
So, as I told you in the beginning, friends, this is a very good area of practice for us as a chartered accountants. In company, in corporation, it is not that difficult. You have to understand, and there are a lot of things which so lot of members are actually outsourcing to company secretaries. कि ये तो CS का काम है. Now, if there is a company, then there are some lot of other things like filing of annual returns, and lot of other things are also coming. So that practice is also you can grow as a your corporate practice. So what are the pros and cons of a company? So, friends, pros and cons, I say at present, what is the tax rate for a business proprietary or firms? It is 30% plus surcharge. So, company, see, ease of doing business. So, our ranking of India was some 160 something. So, the India government wants that in all over world, our ease of doing business ranking should come down. So at present it has come down in last year to current year to less than 100, and the government wants it should come down within 50. So less than 50 should be. So अगर हमको company start करना है, so it should be very easy, and that's why this SPICE E plus form has come. And now the government are also giving the tax benefits. So depending on the nature, if it is a manufacturing company or if it is a doing certain things, the tax rates are 15 or 22 or 25% plus surcharge. So instead of form, you are paying in case of form you are paying more tax, but here you are paying, in case of company you are paying less tax. Again, your liability is restricted. So there is a separation of management and ownership, which is not there in case of firms or proprietorship. Here your liability is limited. Again, ease of obtaining finance. Either you are going for funding, say private equity funding, or if you are going for bank finance. If your structure is a corporate structure, it is easier for you to get finance also. Banks are also satisfied, means preference is always given to the corporate structure. However, all these are benefits, but it is highly regulated. There are certain restrictions to take the loan or deposits, or there is also steep increase in penal consequences. If you are not following this, then penalties and prosecutions are also there. So you should gain this knowledge and advice so that to incorporate the company depending on the client. If client is ready to be regulated, and if you are so then you can always suggest, for looking at the benefits, it is always advisable to have form a company. So this SPICE E plus form. So what happened earlier, हम कंपनी फॉर्म करते थे, पहले कंपनी फॉर्मेशन होता था और उसके बाद में हमको पैन नंबर 10 नंबर करने का अप्लाई, फिर जीएसटी नंबर अलग से करने का, पीएफ अलग करने का. सो गवर्नमेंट ने अभी क्या किया है, 10 फैसिलिटीज, they have 10 facilities in one single form. So not only incorporation of company, but they are giving PAN 10 number plus ESIC, PF, PT, GST number all together. एक फॉर्म फाइल करो, आपको सब साथ में मिल जाएगा. सिर्फ आपको रोटी नहीं बनानी है, आपको रोटी के साथ में सब्जी, मिठाई, फरसान सब साथ में मिल जाएगी. So this is what is SPICE E plus form, which is simplified pro forma for incorporating company electronically plus form. It is form number INC 32. This is applicable with effect from 23rd February 2020, which offers 10 for services together, that is central government ministries and department, MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Department of Revenue and Ministry of Finance, and one state government, that is Maharashtra state only. So it is a single window, it is integrated web form, single window for multiple services. So there it is into two parts, part A and part B. So पहले name application है. Name application you can do either through part A, so or run facility, which is reservation of unique name. तो दो ऑप्शन है. आप पहले अगर रन फॉर्म 1 से आपका नाम अप्रूव कर लेते हैं तो आप डायरेक्ट पार्ट बी में जाइए. अगर आप पार्ट ए में आपको एक ही नाम आपको लग रहा है कि ये नाम आपको मिल ही जाएगा, तो आप पार्ट ए में वो नाम भरिए, पार्ट बी भी भरिए, दोनों साथ में आप कर सकते हो. बट आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं, शायद वेदर आई विल गेट दिस नेम और नॉट, सो इन दैट केस इट इज ऑलवेज बेटर कि यू शुड यूज form 1, that is run facility. You give two options, naam A XYZ private limited, or we can give say XY1Z private limited. दो नाम दिया, दो नाम आपने दिया है, आपको दो में से कोई एक मिल जाएगा. उसके बाद में आप डायरेक्ट पार्ट बी से भरिए. So it becomes easier for you to form the company. So my advice always will be to go not with part A but go with run facility. So availability of name में आप अगर आपका कोई it is always some names which is not given by central government, restriction which is not given. I have given you the website, you can go through which are the restricted, very few names we cannot get. However, some names you can apply for as अगर आपका नाम already XYZ Fabrication Private Limited है और आपको वैसे ही दूसरा कंपनी करना है कि XYZ Manufacturing Private Limited, so you can always give the incorporation, attach the incorporation certificate of XYZ आपका Fabrication Private Limited. On that basis you will definitely get XYZ Manufacturing Private Limited. आपको नाम मिल सकता है because it is first name is provided वो already नाम नहीं है. अभी we have as an institute also we have we can have a company, our practice in the form of company, corporate form of practice, management consultancy company. उसमें क्या है, we have to get the name approved from the ICAI and we have to attach that name to the for this MCA for registration of incorporation of the company. So in all such cases you have to actually attach the certificate of that respective authorities so that your name is approved easily. In any other case you are not to give any attachment. सिर्फ आपको purpose देना है कि क्यों आपको ये नाम चाहिए, वो object देना है, and accordingly if that name is not already existing or that name is not restricted by as per the guidelines given by the law, you will get the name. हाँ, अभी पार्ट बी एक पार्ट हो गया नाम का, बाकी 9 चीज हम कर सकते हैं. सो पार्ट बी से, सो कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेशन, एप्लीकेशन ऑफ डीन, डायरेक्टर आइडेंटिफिकेशन नंबर. आपका डायरेक्टर्स का अगर डीन नहीं है तो साइमल्टेनियसली आप डीन इसमें से ले सकते हैं. देन पैन, टैन, जीएसटी नंबर, देन पीएफओ and that is provident fund, ESIC, bank account also is compulsory. अगर nowadays it becomes very difficult to open account in any bank by anyone, individual हो, proprietary हो, firm हो कि company हो, आपको अगर account open करना है it is very difficult. 4 बार बैंक में जाना पड़ता है और something or the other, ये नहीं है वो नहीं है, but this is the best facility. यहाँ पे आपका automatically bank account open हो जाता है. You are given 3-4 options of the bank, ICICI Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, SBI, where you have to open the account, which bank you have to choose the bank, and accordingly branch near to in our state, near to our location, they are allotting and opening the account. So once the account is open, then it becomes easy for you to open another account with some other bank. So once the account is open, you can either operate that account or close that account, or keep that account and open another account also. There is no restriction. Further, a PT registration is also done through this. Now there will arise a question कि whether abhi PF like Provident Fund and ESSI is not applicable, so why we should apply? But friends, I will tell you that from this it is important and it is compulsory, mandatory to have that PF registration, ESIC registration and PT registration through this form. So if it is not applicable, what will happen? Then you can either close that registration, and आपको लग रहा है कि बाद में maybe 1 साल के बाद में मेरे को PF registration और ESIC लगेगा कि PT registration लगेगा. So what you can do, you can keep that. You need not comply with the annual returns requirement. आपको जरूरत नहीं है, applicable नहीं है, इसके लिए आपको भरना नहीं है. जब भी आपको applicable होगा आप तभी ही भरना है आपको. But only you have to open this, all this, you have to do the registration. You need not comply if it is not applicable. You can after if you don't want, once you are registered with these authorities, you can close your registration also. But it is compulsory that with SPICE plus form you have to mandatorily apply for all these things and register for everything. So what are the categories and types of companies? So the companies like categories, the companies limited by the shares or guarantee or unlimited company, types: producer company, which is agriculture; Nidhi means taking the deposits and giving the loans; and foreign company, then companies with the charitable objects, that is section 8 company earlier, which was section 25 company. And class of company: public company, private limited, and one person. So for the benefit, majority of us are involved in private limited company. So I'm taking and giving the examples of private limited company only. OPC is also there. So the things are same in case of OPC or private limited company. In private limited company, minimum 2 members and 2 directors are required, whereas in one person company, only 1 member and director are required. Only in that case, if you have to also fill the name of the person in case of demise or death of the one person who will be the taking the company further. So what are the prerequisites for incorporation of a company? So minimum requirements, you should have this. So digital signatures of the member who is in charge, then dean of all the directors, then choosing the form of company, whether it is private or public or producer or charitable purpose and all, minimum number of members, minimum number of directors, and minimum paid up share capital. So minimum paid up share capital, authorized share capital, as well as paid up share capital. Authorized share capital up to 15 lakhs, there are no charges, no fees, nothing. Again, earlier there was a concept of minimum paid up share capital, but now friends, there is no concept of minimum paid up share capital, or rupee 1 can also be minimum paid up share capital. So that much simplification has been made for incorporation of company. So what are the mandatory attachments and what is the size and all, we will see. So friends, it is not, it is EMOA, that is Electronic Memorandum of Association. EAOA, Electronic Articles of Association. These are web form. So PDF भी आपको बनाना नहीं है और अटैच नहीं करना है, वेब फॉर्म है. Minimum number of size, maximum number of characters are given for the object clause. Earlier friends, object clause you will there were main object, ancillary, and other objects. So now that is also given away. There are main objects and the objects ancillary for the performance of the main objects. There are only 2 requirements are given in object clause. So main object will cover main thing. So 20,000 characters are maximum you can put, and objects ancillary to main objects you can put 1 lakh characters. So it is a EMOA. Again EAOA. So friends, in EAOA, Articles of Association, that is the rules and regulations for company routine work which are given in this AOA. So I would suggest in AOA, what are the things you can cover? So what are the things given in the manual in Companies Act? Other than that, what you can see, minimum number of days required for calling the meeting, you can give it 3 days. So some things, you know, you can give benefit to your client and accordingly put those rules and terms, conditions in EAOA, which is beneficial to our client. So then declaration by first subscribers and directors, it is that format is already given, not to do anything. Proof of office address. So अगर आपका ऑफिस आपको लग रहा है अभी तक ऑफिस एड्रेस फिक्स नहीं हुआ है, you can give the state. So in the state of Maharashtra, or you can give in Mumbai or Sebivandi or Thane or Ulhasnagar. So you need not give the detailed address, but within 30 days of formation, you have to give the detailed address, so there your communication and all will come to that particular address. Then utility bills, last 2 months utility bills you have to keep ready for uploading. Then a copy of certificate of incorporation, resolution passed by the company, then resolution passed by promoter company, then proof of identity and residential address of subscribers. All subscribers proof is mandatorily to be given, and in case of part 1 company URD, you have to give the resolution. So these are all mandatory. Again, where the subscriber is a body corporate, means a company is the subscriber for another company which is to be formed. In that case, जो उसका main person who is in charge, authorized persons, all these things you have to give. And in case of LLP, the authorized partner, all these attachments like identity proof and all is required to be given. Then again, declarations, as I told you, are declaration by member, subscriber, and declaration by the chartered accountant or cost accountant or company secretary who is actually doing these things has to be given. This declaration is also standardized. It will come. We'll see how it is that declaration will come. So this is a checklist for if we are doing, what is the checklist we should have. So I have given, I will share this presentation also, so you can go through it at later point of time. So other than only incorporation of company, we have one Agile Pro form. In this Agile Pro form, we have to fill in the details which will actually give us the registration for GST number, ESIC, PFO, PT number, and bank account number. So that is a one window system only. In one window, one Agile Pro form, we have to fill in the details and we will get all these registrations. So I have already told you this EMOA is a charter of the company, can be filed as a linked form to SPICE E+ form, and EAOA, which give all the rules and regulations relating to internal affairs of the company, can also be filed as a linked form to SPICE E+ form. So in that case, what will happen? I have told कि all rules regulation company को easy कैसे पड़ता है for internal working, that all rules and regulations, provided it is coming under the four corners of company's law, we can put in EAOA. So now we are on this MCA website. This is in MCA website, Ministry of MCA.gov.in. You have to create your username, user login ID. You create that. MCA services you will find. In MCA services, you have to SPICE E+ form this given. So वहाँ पे it will ask you whether it is a new application, existing application. You have to apply. You are applying new company, so new application. So in my user ID, if I go, these many companies are there. So agar we have to track. So it will application number. You see, first column is application number. You will get. So if you want to track, I have already filed all the forms today, part A, part B, everything. And if I want to understand what is the status, I have to use this INC application number, which is starting with INC. If you put that application existing in existing application, you will understand tomorrow. If you put, you will understand what is the status, whether it is formed, not formed, or how it is. So accordingly you have to go ahead. So what is the proposed? When we can also we have the facility 5 times we can, once we have filled in, we thought कि EMOA में कुछ हमने we want something different, or utility bills instead of one we have something different, so we can modify 5 times. Again we can re-upload twice, and once half of the form is filed and we thought we are feeling we don't have the full details, we can save all those things. It will be saved. Next day we can get the details and fill in. So all these facilities are there over here. So SPICE E+ part A we are getting. So we have to fill in all the type, class we have already dealt in. So next slide I will show you the type, new company, then class, private limited we are forming, then category, it's generally limited by shares, subcategory non-government company, and main division of company, industry activity, so and particulars of the proposed, or if the name is already approved by run facility, you have already given in part A, you can use that name over here. Save that, confirmation alert will come, proceed for incorporation, or if you are part A, you are giving submit for name reservation. Then splice E plus part B. In part B, you have to attach articles of association is entrenched. We are not entrenching it. We are submitting. So having a share capital, then what is the structure, total authorized share capital, then paid up share capital, subscribed, then paid up will come. Then correspond, what is the address? At present, you are not final with the address. If it is Mumbai, Delhi, accordingly, you have to give the address over here. And friends, if your share capital is say more than authorized share capital is more than 15 lakhs, you want to pay the stamp duty. Stamp duty is again as per the depending on the state state act. So it is automatically calculated by in the website only, in that table only it is coming, and it is automatically calculated. Then what are the names of first subscriber to MO? At least there should be minimum 2 subscribers and 2 directors in case of private limited company. So again, it is always asking whether subscribers and directors are same. Give that details in one like that. If it is different, subscribers, sometimes shareholders are different than the directors. In that case, you have to give separately. The form is asking accordingly, and you have to give that accordingly. So these are again the declaration will come. We'll see. So we have seen so far part A is for name reservation. Part B gives us 9 facilities, that is incorporation of company, DIN number, PAN, TAN, GSTN, Provident Fund, ESIC registration, bank account opening, and in Maharashtra state, it also gives us the profession tax registration. So now attachments. So attachment means EMOA and AOA are web-based only. Then declarations, proof of office address, that utility bills. Then company, in case of foreign, if it is a subsidiary formation over here, you can put. Then resolution by promoter company, first directors, interest declarations, their identity proof, then URD resolution, then declaration form INC 1415 in case of directors, subscribers, and also in case of declaration is required by a chartered accountant, company secretary, cost accountant who is forming the company. So this is declaration and certification by the professional. We also have to attach our digital signature in this form, and all these things you will find this form. You have to create UDIN. There is no specific form. No place is given for UDIN. However, before submission, means within 15 days, you can give the UDIN. It's always you have to attach your attach UDIN, check form, then pre-scrutiny karo, and then submit karo. After even if after pre-scrutiny, if you want to make changes, it is possible to do that before you sign digitally. Some important points to be looked into will cover. So majority things I have covered. So what is the approved name is valid for 20 days. So आपने रन से अप्रूव किया है, आप 20 दिन के अंदर कभी भी नया कंपनी once the name is approved within 20 days, you can form the company. The name is approved and valid for 20 days. So changes and modifications can be even after fixing DSC, you can change. After generating PDF, you can change. 5 attempts are given for uploading, for making the changes, and 2 attempts are given for uploading. Then declarations to be given. Again, the declarations in case of private limited company, if it is a more than 20, so then in that case you have to give in PDF format and attach it. Otherwise, ऐसे e-form में आपको देना है. Then track application number I have shown you. Then NOC चाहिए for regulator. I have already given you the example कि name अगर अपने को चाहिए. Again, each attachment should be less than 6 MB, either equal to or less than 6 MB. नहीं तो वो आपका form upload नहीं होगा. If it is more, you should always see that it is less than 6 MB, and if it is more, you have various softwares which actually reduce the size of your attachments. So first, हाँ, अगर आपके first directors dean नहीं है, so in that case what is to be done? You are applying the dean along with this form. You don't have the dean. Directors first time कर रहे हैं company form. So authorized representative are there. उनका पैन नंबर आप उसमें डालोगे तो भी आपका request for incorporation will be processed. Or you can or other option, apply dean, you get the dean and attach the dean. So whatever you can do. So within 30 days you have to give the registered office address. Then 20,000 characters for main object and furtherance object, 1 lakh characters I already covered. Then witness, yes, EMOA witness signature is always to be done last. subscriber का हो जाता है, उसके बाद में witness का करना है. So incorporate the exemptions that are provided to private shorter notice period for holding the meeting, which I already covered. So EMOA has to be uploaded as a linked forms. So I already covered agile, opening bank account covered, DSC validations, then 2 resubmissions permitted 2 times, authorized capital 15 lakh, no fees. Name reservation के लिए you have 1000 fees to be paid. And again friends, all वह एक चलान ही आपको जनरेट हो जाएगा. So you need not pay PAN number के लिए अलग से, TAN के लिए अलग से, EMOA, MOA, AOA के लिए only one time the challan you have to pay the fees. It will automatically calculate. One challan only will be generated. It will cover everything. And Spice plus form भर दिया है, ये सेव करो, application review करो, and certificate of incorporation generally 3 to 4 days it will take, and you will get the certificate of incorporation. It is called form number INC 11. It will contain your CIN number, PAN number, TAN number, the certificates for GST and EPF, ESIC, PT is issued separately by the respective authorities. और अगर उसके लिए then you will have to track your application through NSDL for PAN and TAN, but PAN and TAN automatically along with CIN comes in certificate of incorporation.
लेकिन तेरा
So become the subscribers. So now एक बार आपका कंपनी फॉर्म हो गया, आगे अगर आपने रजिस्टर्ड एड्रेस नहीं दिया है, so then you can give within 30 days registration registered address. All communication will start coming over there. For company incorporation certificate आ गया, once you have filed in within 3 to 4 days, और immediately आपको क्या करना है, within 30 days you have to hold first board meeting, appoint the auditors, open the current account of the company in case if you want with some another company, another bank, allot deposit the amount of shares, allotment of shares, then allotment of securities, issue share certificates within 60 days, payment of stamp duties on issue of share certificate 1 rupee small amount, 30 days from issue of share certificate, declaration of business commencement from form INC 20A you have to give within 180 days. So your company's form, you do the start doing business, GST number also will come, all the registration will you get with Spicy plus form. So I think this is a brief about, in very short time I thought I give you the entire procedure of incorporation of company along with all other 9 things, so that it is you look into this area of practice of company law practice. And friends, I hope you have understood. In shortest possible time I have covered this presentation, and hope I have done justice for this topic. And thank you very much, Kalyan Dombivali, Ankit, Mayur, all the entire managing committee, and for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your guidance and sharing your knowledge about the company formation and especially about the independent director. I request our member, C. Vyomesh Pathak, to say a lot of thanks. Vyomesh,
Yeah, thank you, Mayur. So on behalf of the branch and all the participants, Preeti Madam, we heartily grant a vote of thanks to you for all your efforts, specifically for the independent directors, which is a new avenue for the chartered accountants to serve the profession and to serve the corporates. In terms of the examination, etc., the guidance that you served, the guidance that you shared is very, very relevant and crucial. Also, in a very short time, you have discussed all the aspects of the new SPICE Plus form, uh, which is introduced by the MCA, which is again an important facility and in the wake of ease of doing business. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for sparing time from your very, very tight schedule and coming over and sharing your knowledge with the members. We look forward to more support from you also in the time to come. So once again, thank you very much, madam. Uh, that's all, Mayur, from my side.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Umesh. I have seen some questions are there in chat box. Some 4-5 questions. So in next 2 minutes, shall I answer those questions? If
yeah,
members
you
are
can,
there.
sure. Yeah,
First
yeah, we
thing,
are
yes,
it
free.
is
madam,
the,
please.
what is the fees range of independent director? So it depends on company to company. So it can range, it sitting fees, directors sitting fees. So for each committee, there is a different sitting fees. So for as a board committee, as a board meeting, there is a separate fee. Audit committee meeting, separate fee. Each committee meeting, there is a separate fee. The ranges, is like from 30,000 to it can go to any level. Again, it can be to 3 lakh, or it can be I have seen per meeting, I am telling you, I have seen some crores of rupees also there as a fees, as an independent director fee, sitting fees, and there is a commission also is given as a other than sitting fees. So it depends on the culture of the board and culture of the company, how what is their process, and depends on person to person. What's the last day for appearing in the exam? Is it one time exam? It is a one time exam only, and there is no if you're already independent director, then you have to give immediately the exam, because since you're already there as an independent director. However, if you're not there as of now, you can give anytime this examination. Please share your personal experience on the board. That I already covered. What is the upper age limit? There is no upper age limit. I think 70, up to 70 years you can be the on the board. Above 70 years, there will not be any independent director as per the guidelines. Once you become independent director, do you need to be involved in the working on ongoing basis? It is independent director, it is not ongoing. You are not to get involved in the business of the company. You have to overview it. It is not ongoing. What kind of precautions can taken once become precautions? You have to go to the you have to understand the culture of the company, vision, mission of the company, and you have to see that all the of resolutions are passed, and you are also aware what is the company is doing, or you are aware about the resolutions what are passed in the company. A lot of precautions you have to take to once you are the independent director. It's the code of independent director, you can go through, liability also you can go through. What is the range of fees already covered? Time taken for approval of name approval while run, and registration white spice form. So time taken run, I don't think it takes much time, less than 7 days, 3 to 4 days में आ जाता है. I think I have covered all questions also. Vyomesh, thank you very much. I have covered all the questions also.
Yeah. Yes, madam. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you very
Mayur, any
much.
other
Thank you all.
announcement?
Vyomesh bhai,
Yes.
as everyone is aware that we are having now structured CP meeting, so the procedure as such will take time and how to upload the attendance and all. So once we get to know and the system which is suitable for us, we'll announce the upcoming webinar. So thank you very much for being with us. We have done a lot of webinars and I'm sure that everyone must have benefited with them. So we'll close this meeting now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.